campaign with the Lions. Since taking over the reins as a white ball captain, how's the mood been, especially from the new faces with the likes of Vion Libber and Lizard Williams? Then lastly, what lessons or goals will you guys be looking to execute, as this is the second ODI series in a relatively short period of time against Pakistan? Thank you.
Thank you for your good wishes. I think, yeah, the mood in the camp has been rather optimistic. I guess, it's always nice to get new faces, guys being rewarded for the performances and talent that they've shown domestically. And I guess from the older guys as well, it's always nice to have newer faces in the team, guys who will be pushing you, who are kind of, ensuring that, you are showing off your best. Yeah, I think I've answered your question. If I've let something out, you can let me know.
Ken, you can go, followed by Fidos. Guys, if I can just ask that we stick to one question per person in the first round so that we'll be able to get as many people's questions in. Thank you.
Thanks, Sips. Hi, Temba. Congratulations and best of luck with your appointment. You've led the Lions to a couple of domestic white ball trophies. What can we expect of you as captain of the Proteas? What's your approach going to be?
Thanks, Ken. I think, yeah, probably simply would probably be to lead the team to a couple of victories. I think we have the opportunity now, building up to 2023 to the World Cup, to really define our style of play and how we want to go about our business. We've had fruitful chats amongst the team, being the batting and the bowling, and things are starting to become a bit more clearer. I guess for me personally, it's to enjoy this journey, this new chapter in my book per se. And I look forward to creating and adding value within the team.
Thanks, Thames. Fidos?
Hi, Temba. Temba, we saw after the 2015 World Cup, England had a little bit of a rethink and then sort of, changed a lot about their approach. And it feels like maybe South Africa is at a similar juncture. Is there some kind of style of play rethink that you think will happen under your leadership, or are there specific things you want to see happen as you approach the next World Cup?
Thanks for those. I think for those, I agree with you in terms of 2015 and looking at the way England went about it. There was a definite change in the way they went about their business. I think though, if you look at South Africa, we've always been a more than competitive ODI unit. I think even to a point where the guys have gotten to positions of number one. So I think for me, really, it's really to just try to define that style of play and create something that makes us accountable to something. And most importantly, be able to execute that style of play in any conditions or under any occasion. I think for me, that is where my thinking is. I guess mentally, that's somewhere that we probably need to improve a lot more in terms of getting stronger. But yeah, I think it's just more defining that style of play and being able to execute that under any given conditions.
Up next is Ubaid Awad, followed by Mohammed Musamil Asif, and then Telford.
Hi, Bavuma. I'm Ubaid Awad from Pakistan. My question is, you had a couple of good innings against Pakistan in Pakistan recently. So what's your target in the coming ODI series?
Thank you. Yeah, it does feel like it was a while ago when I was in Pakistan, albeit it was just the test format. I guess it's just to try carry on with that form. It's obviously a different format now, but I think the goal is always to contribute positively and immensely towards the team's success. Obviously now I come in as well as a leader within the team, so it would be to inspire and try and get the guys in spaces where they can perform as well as they can for the team.
Mohammed, followed by Telford, then Kanyiso.
Bavuma, this is Muzammil from Pakistan. Hope you are doing well. Some of your players will leave the team after second ODI to play IPL. How disturbing it would be for you guys? And my second question is, any special player you are targeting from Pakistan side?
Sorry, Thames, before you answer that question, one question per person, please. We'll go with the first question about the IPL players. Reminder, one question per player, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's probably not as disturbing now, to be honest with you, in that we are aware of the arrangement that is in place. Look, I mean, we can, like you said, for the first two games, we've got the liberty of all our players, all our best players, and it's important that we get the positive results for those two games. It's saying that that's not to say that we're conceding the result in the third game. We believe that we've got worthy enough replacements of guys coming in and filling in those boots. But yeah, to answer your question, I don't think it is as disturbing. We respect the relationship that is between Cricket South Africa and BCCI. Yeah.
Telford, followed by Kanyiso, and then we'll go to Derek, Zahir, Fahad, and then we'll go back to Ken.
Hello, Temba. I'm sure we all, let me hit a button here. Sorry for those who just got up to do something and a computer was not on mute. I'm sure we're all looking forward to seeing how you go about this job, but it's going to be a wonderful thing to see someone as thoughtful, and as insightful as yourself as the captain of the team. And I was wondering, I think a lot of us wondered whether you were going to be the test captain. And because I think it kind of suits the way we see you as a thoughtful player. How much of an influence do you think you can have as a captain in the one-day situation? It's almost as if white ball games tend to run this themselves to a certain extent. Are you going to be able to put your stamp on the way your team plays?
Thanks for that, Telford. Look, I think I'm going to have to try to do so. At the end of the day, I am going to be the guy in the field that the guys will be looking for in terms of decision making, in terms of providing the way forward, and that's exactly what I'll be trying to do. I think the work starts off the field, in the communications, and the chats that we have in our relative, within our relevant groups. And in the game, it's more about just executing all the plans and all the communication that we had. I do believe in the white ball stuff. The captain is someone of influence. I do believe that I'm someone who can still influence things within that space. And I guess, as time goes by, it'll all kind of show exactly what type of influence and contribution that I'll have on the team.
Kanyiso, followed by Derek.
Ngusisibokazi mkhokheli mandibulise mandathemba uyaphila. Ndisuka kulaa mbuzo bebuzwa ngelaa tshintsho lenziwa yi-England ngo-2015. Ninabo abadlali uthatha umdlalo wenu lube kwelaa zinga le-England?
Inkosi Kanyiso, mandibulise nam noko siyaphila man, akho nto enzima. Ukuphendula umbuzo wakho, I mean, I do believe ndiyakholwa ukuba apha kwiqela lethu bakhona abadlali abakwazi ukunyusa izinga lethu. Ababe nditshilo iqela lethu kudala liperforma, kude lafika kwiposition yoba apha elizweni. Ndiboni isizathu uba singanokwazi uphinde sifike phana. Ababe nditshilo into endinozama uyenza ubana ukucreate ii-processes apho khona sikwazi uba siba accountable kuzo. kakhulu sikwazi ukubana ukudlala le ndlela sifuna ukudlala noba kwenzeka ntoni. Yazizo ezo injongo zami kwiqela lethu.
Yabulela Madala.
Bulela Tina Butkanyiso. Up next is Derek, followed by Zahir, Fahad, and then Ken and Nathan. And we'll end off with Colin.
Thanks very much, Supergazi. Yeah, Temba, just echoing the thoughts of everyone else, congratulations on the appointment. Have you and the team felt the impact of the success of the women's team over in India? And have you been impressed by, I think, the public's support and how the performances of the Proteas women's side have managed to capture the hearts of South Africa? And are you looking to ride that wave?
Hey Derek, thanks for that. Yes, I mean we've been very much inspired by the efforts of the women over the last while. I think, we have the experience of playing in India and we know how tough it is. And the fact that they've been able to come out something that we celebrate as the men's team. And I think it's important for us as well to take that in our stride and make sure that we can also match the efforts of the women. I mean, those are conversations that have been had, not formally within the small groups within the team. So from our side, we'll be trying to
I'm not sure if I was the only one who missed a little bit of that. Thames, if you could, I can see Ken is also nodding. If we could maybe ask you to give us that answer one more time, please. Yeah, I see that. Okay. Let me see if I can get a hold of him on his phone. Thames, are you able to, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, awesome.
Sorry, you just cut me off.
No problem. If you could answer the women's team question again, please.
Okay. Thanks for that question, Derek. Yeah, look, certainly as the group, we've certainly been inspired by the efforts of the women's team. I mean, we have our own experiences of playing in India, and we know how tough it is to play in that part of the world. And the results and efforts by the women, is something that we respect as the men's team. We've had conversations about it, not formally, but within our small groups, and we'll definitely be looking to ride that wave and put in good performances for the country as well.
Wonderful, thanks so much. If we can move on to the next question from Zahir.
Hello, Temba, hope you're well. Temba, the one-day comp was played in Potch, and the T20 comp was played in Durban, and the domestic stuff, and it was the pitches were fairly slowish, and it was really quite tough to bat on in both competitions, and we didn't see very high scores. How happy are you that this one day series and T20 and one day series is going to be up in the high felt at the Wonders and at Centurion way, and will it help your the style that you guys want to play, this attacking brand of cricket that you guys want to play, will it help that you're playing on surfaces that you're familiar with, and also surfaces that that help that type of cricket?
Thanks for that, Zahir. I hope you well too. Yeah, look, I had the experience of playing in the T20 stuff. We played in Durban, and like you say, I think the conditions probably didn't really favor, the aggressive brand of cricket that we've been speaking highly of. I mean, saying that now we are back in the high felt, and probably looking at our batters, we are kind of suited to those conditions. I think with the bowling attack, they really showed their class and quality, and they were able to exploit the conditions in Durban and in Potch. In saying so, Zahir, I mean, we'd like to be in a position where we feel that we can be aggressive and be dominant in all type of conditions. So I think, things may suit us now that we're playing in the high field, but I think in the longer run, we definitely want to test ourselves a lot more in unfavorable conditions, if I could say, and really see that we can execute our brand of cricket at all times given.
Fahad, followed by Ken, and then Nathan.
Hello, Temba. This is Fahad from cricketholic.pk, Pakistan. First of all, congratulations to becoming South Africa captain. Are you excited to lead the Proteas for the very first time?
Yes, Fahad. I obviously am excited to lead the team. I think it goes without saying, that it's obviously a massive honor, privilege, and responsibility as well to do this type of job. And I'll be hoping that I can do my best and, like I said, add value towards the team.
Ken?
Temba, previously in white ball cricket, you've moved both domestically and internationally. You've moved up and down the batting order a bit. Has there been any decision made on where you're going to bat in these ODIs and maybe in the T20s afterwards as well?
Yes, Ken. I guess those conversations are still ongoing. To be honest with you, I'll probably find myself within the top 3, no further down than 4. I'd like to think within the white ball stuff. I guess being versatile, being flexible is something that I've always prided myself in. I guess it's also something that I've always had to do in my career. So I guess it will all depend on the team, the roles that we are all comfortable with, making sure that I've got the skills to help me achieve whatever role it is.
Nathan, Colin, and then the final question is Stephen. Bazif, I note your request, but you're 25 minutes late to this press conference. Unfortunately, we don't have time to take your question. We'll finish off now with Nathan, Colin, and then Stephen. Thank you.
Buda, xa ucinga indima eyayidlalwa nguFaf, ingaba nizokwazi ufihla la ndawo yakhe ngenye iplayer njengo-Carl Verena nabanye abadlali kwisquad. Sibonile phaa kwiCobras uqokelele zonke ii-awards kule mpelaveki. Ucinga kanjani wena?
Inkosi ngalo mbuzo bhuti. UFaf ebeyiplayer enkulu apha etimini. Akho mntu andiqondi ukhona umntu onoyiphikisa loo nto. Ebengumntu oqorhayo, ebeskora i-runs, aphinde abe ngumntu okhokhelayo apha etimini. So umntu othi ozofika etimini azothatha indawo yakhe uFaf uzobafuneka kube ngumntu ozimiseleyo, abe ayazi into yakhe. I think umdlali onjengoKyle, indlela adlala ngayo, italente yakhe, isakhono sakhe, definitely ingangumntu ongenayo kulo conversation. uKyle has had i-experience, unawo amava yodlala kule level and ngumntu kakade esimjongileyo. And iyanceda ke into yokubana xa edlala kwi-domestic uyaqokelela i-runs phana, uyadominata. So ewe bhuti, ingangumntu kakade esimjongileyo to fulfill la position yakaFaf.
Inkosi Dabulele.
Colin?
Hi, Temba. Conditions in April. Have you had any indication whether the pitches will be similar? Because it's very late to be playing cricket. Now, I know a few years ago when there was test cricket very late in the season, the pitches tended to be quite bowler friendly. Do you expect anything different from the pitches?
Thanks for that, Colin. Yeah, it is an interesting time to play cricket. Me, myself, I haven't played a lot of domestic cricket in South Africa during this time. I think my only experience was when we played the 2018 T20 competition. And you're right in that in the high fault conditions, it did seem to suit seam bowling a bit more, with the ball swinging a bit more than normal. In saying that, I think, the wicket still become favorable for batting. So I guess, the challenge will be a bit more with the seam, but I think there's still definitely something in there for the batters.
Thank you.
Stephen?
Hi, Temba. First of all, congratulations. I just wanted to ask, with there being 3 World Cups in sort of the next 3 years, what has your message been to some of the youngsters and some of the fringe players in terms of, obviously, you want to try and settle on a squad and start really tweaking a final 11, but obviously there are a lot of youngsters putting their hands up. What has your message been to these players in terms of their possibility of trying to make these World Cup squads in the next couple of years?
Thanks, Stephen. Yeah, I mean, if I look at our ODI squad now, we've got 22 players with us at the moment. So I mean, that's a big squad, in my opinion. And I think, the message has been that the guys who are here, I mean, they can take comfort from the fact that, the squads, the World Cup squads at least, will be coming from this group. 90% of that squad will be coming from this group. So I think it's important that, guys understand, acknowledge the fact that there is an opportunity. And it's important that guys know where they potentially can fit in within that squad. Like I said, it's always nice to see new faces. It's always nice to see guys being rewarded for their efforts. And it's important that they keep putting in those performances. Guys will tell you played at this level. It's almost easy to kind of get to the national level, but the real work comes in where you kind of have to maintain and keep putting in those performances that people get accustomed to you by. So that's my message to the young guys. The opportunity is there, and make sure that you keep churning out those performances.
Thanks very much, Thames. Just one request, please, just a word on the passing of Dadulax Koboshiana, if you have a few words, please.
Yeah, we had the unfortunate news, obviously, of learning of the passing of Putlax. I had the opportunity to interact with Putlax. He was obviously our selector, but he was also someone who you could relate to as a fellow closer person. I'd like to send my condolences to his family, Putlax, and Koye Gutalale Ngokolo. And I believe that he's had an impact within South African cricket, and if he could be celebrated in his own space.
Thank you very much. And thanks to everybody for joining us. Have a wonderful day further, and we'll see you guys in the week, sometime during the week ahead. The recording of this press conference will be made available in the next few minutes. Keep well.
Thanks, Temba.
Thanks, Tips.